Here we are again with another cool English test for you. So get ready because we have compiled 21 questions from the 3 Kung Fu Panda movies. Cool, right? Today we're gonna have the opportunity to review some vocabulary and who knows, maybe even learn some new words and expressions. But before we start with the test, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and bell down below because every week there's a new video here on the channel designed to help you understand your favorite movies, TV series, and test your knowledge without getting lost, without missing the jokes, and without subtitles. So, hit the subscribe button in order not to miss a single new video. Now let's get started with the test.
Legend tells of a legendary warrior whose kung fu skills were the stuff of legend. He traveled the land in search of worthy foes.
Which word is closest in meaning to the noun foe? Fighter, friend, enemy. A foe is an adversary or an enemy, someone who opposes or is in conflict with another person or group. For example, every superhero has a formidable foe. Batman has the Joker, Superman has Lex Luthor, and Spider-Man has Venom.
He's too awesome!
And attractive.
How can we repay you?
There is no charge for awesomeness or attractiveness.
Which word class do the words awesomeness and attractiveness belong to? Adverbs, adjectives, nouns. The words awesomeness and attractiveness are nouns. We know this because of how these words end, with the suffix ness. This is a common suffix to form nouns. For example, aware becomes awareness, lonely becomes loneliness, and kind becomes kindness.
Well done, students. If you were trying to disappoint me. Tigers, you need more ferocity. Monkey, greater speed.
The word ferocity refers to carelessness, aggressiveness, darkness. Ferocity refers to the quality or state of being fierce, intense, or extremely aggressive. It describes a powerful, aggressive, or untamed nature, often associated with extreme force, violence, or intensity. For example, the storm hit the city with such ferocity that some buildings were severely damaged.
Yes, look at you. This fat butt. Flabby arms.
Those are sensitive in the flabby parts.
And this ridiculous belly.
Which picture shows a flabby belly? Flabby is an adjective used to describe something that is soft, loose, or lacking firmness, often in reference to muscles or skin. It can describe a lack of tone, muscle, or strength, such as flabby arms or a flabby stomach. For example, he got tired of his flabby stomach, so he decided to change his diet and start exercising.
How does this work? Do you have a ladder or trampoline or...
You think it's that easy? That I'm just going to hand you the secret to limitless power?
Which word class does the word limitless belong to? Verb, adjective, noun. The word limitless is an adjective. We know this because of how this word ends with the suffix less. This is a common suffix to form adjectives. The suffix less means something along the lines of without. Here are some examples. Limitless, without limits. Cashless, without cash. Careless, without care.
One must first master the highest level of Kung Fu, and that is clearly impossible if that one is someone like you.
Someone like me?
Look at this sentence from the clip. One must first master the highest level of Kung Fu. The word one here means the same as someone, a person, people. You can use the word one to refer to a person or someone. This is more formal. For example, instead of saying, when someone travels abroad, this person can do many things, I can say, when one travels abroad, this person can do many things.
And utter disregard for personal hygiene.
Now wait a minute. That's a little uncalled for.
Don't stand that close, I can smell your breath.
The phrase "that's uncalled for" means the same as "that's absolutely true," "that's unnecessary," "that's a minor detail." This is a great phrase you can use to express disapproval of someone's behavior. If someone acts in an inappropriate way and is trying to offend you, you can say to this person that their behavior is uncalled for. In other words, their behavior is not welcome or desired. You'll find the person's behavior rude, unfair, or unkind. For example, there's no reason to make personal comments. That was completely uncalled for. I'm sure you've been learning many cool words today. But let me tell you something. If you don't review these words strategically, you will forget them very soon. If you want to actually be able to use these words in the next English conversation you join, you have to check out the Learn English with TV series flashcards. This is the newest feature of our real-life English app, which allows you to unlock intelligent flashcards with definitions and images for the specific lesson you're watching here on the channel. Instead of having to spend a lot of time taking notes of these words, you can review all the vocabulary you're learning today on the app with just a few clicks. Plus, you get to watch this lesson inside the app, so you can transition between watching and practicing more easily. And most importantly, our app's special algorithm will present you with the vocabulary card you're learning at the exact moment you're about to forget it, so you can transfer your learning from your short-term memory to permanently remember the words. Just imagine what it would be like if you could remember all the new words from this lesson and actually use them in your conversations. So start taking your vocabulary to the next level today with the Learn English with TV series flashcards. All you gotta do is download the app, link in the description, and follow the instructions. I'm sure you will love it. Fun fact time! Which famous actor voices Po, the Kung Fu Panda? Steve Martin, Eddie Murphy, Jack Black.
Yo, 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 yo! Enemies of justice, prepare for the fierce attack of my what? Are you kidding me?
They brought great joy and prosperity to the city, for they had invented fireworks.
The word "for" here could be replaced by if, because, when. Did you know that in some contexts, the word "for" can have a similar meaning to "because"? It is possible to use the word "for" when explaining the reason or the cause for something. For example, I didn't attend the meeting because I was feeling unwell. Or, I didn't attend the meeting for I was feeling unwell. Using "for" this way has a bit of an old-fashioned feel to me, or even a more formal or poetic feel.
Shen's troubled parents consulted a soothsayer. She foretold that if Shen continued down this dark path, he would be defeated by a warrior of black and white.
A soothsayer is a kung fu master, tells old stories, predicts the future. A soothsayer is a person who claims to be able to predict the future, typically through supernatural means such as interpreting omens or observing the stars. Another common word to describe this type of person is fortune teller. For example, the king consulted with the soothsayer before making his decision about going to war.
Shen's troubled parents consulted a soothsayer. She foretold that if Shen continued down this dark path, he would be defeated by a warrior of black and white.
Foretold is the past of foretell, which means the same as to predict, to share, to report. The word foretell means to state or tell something that is going to happen in the future. It is often used to describe the ability to predict events with great accuracy. For example, the fortune teller foretold that I would meet my soulmate within a year.
The young lord set out to change his fate, but what he did next only sealed it.
Fate means destiny. A common phrase in English is to seal someone's fate, which means a prophecy that fails to be true, a decision or event that has a decisive impact on someone's future, a revelation about an old secret. The phrase to seal someone's fate means to make it certain that someone will fail or that something unpleasant will happen to them. It is often used to describe a decision or event that has a decisive impact on someone's future. The phrase to seal someone's fate is often used in a negative way. For example, the stock market crash sealed the fate of many investors.
But in their faces, he saw only horror. He was banished from the city forever, but Shen swore revenge.
To banish someone means to send someone to prison, to expel someone from a place or group, to allow someone to live in a city or place. To banish someone means to expel them from a place or group, typically as a punishment or because they are considered to be a threat. For example, the king banished the evil sorcerer from his kingdom.
But in their faces, he saw only horror. He was banished from the city forever, but Shen swore revenge.
Swore is the past tense of swim, swap, swear. When you swear something, you make a public declaration that something is true. Swear can also mean to promise. So to swear revenge is similar to saying to promise revenge. For example, the children swore that they didn't break the vase.
It's almost done, Lord Shen, but we've run out of metal.
Search the farthest villages. Find more metal.
The comparative form of the word farthest is farther, more far, further. If a place is far, it is distant. The comparative form of far is farther or further, and the superlative form is the farthest or the furthest. For example, he traveled to the farthest village to get water, or he traveled to the furthest village to get water. Fun fact time! Which famous actress voices Tigress? Jennifer Aniston, Julia Roberts, Angelina Jolie?
Not thinking
I
straight.
am thinking straight.
You're not. I've seen Kai. I've seen what he can do.
You've grown stronger.
$500 in the spirit realm. You pick up a thing or two.
Realm means a kingdom or country, a sphere of activity or interest. The word realm has two main meanings: a kingdom or country. For example, the king ruled over a vast realm. And also a sphere of activity or interest. For example, the realm of science is full of mysteries.
You guys aren't doing the dramatic pose, are you?
Do we have to strike a pose every time we land?
You guys never underestimate the power of a dramatic entrance.
If you underestimate something, you don't see the importance in it, you value the importance it has, you understand the relevance it has. The word underestimate means to judge something as smaller, lower, less serious, or less influential than it really is. It can be used in a variety of contexts, including overlooking the importance of something. For example, she underestimated the difficulty of the project. Failing to appreciate someone's abilities. For example, he underestimated her intelligence. And not appreciating the power of something. For example, the company underestimated the impact of the product's new features.
Really? I was just making... I am.
Before the battle of the fist comes the battle of the mind.
The battle of the fist refers to fighting with your words, fighting with your mind, fighting with your body. A fist is a closed hand with the fingers curled tightly into the palm, typically formed as a gesture of anger, aggression, or determination. It can also be used as a weapon in unarmed combat, by punching somebody. The word fist can also be used figuratively to represent power, strength, or resistance. For example, she threw her fists up in protest.
Very bad! Very bad!
Okay. Let's switch it up. Monkey, immovable mountain stance.
Yes, Master!
Let's switch it up means let's change it, let's practice, let's get started. The phrase "let's switch it up" is a common informal expression that suggests changing things for the sake of variety or excitement. It can be used in a variety of contexts, including the change of an activity or routine. For example, let's switch it up and go to a different restaurant tonight. Introducing a new element or approach. For example, let's switch it up and try a different strategy for solving this problem. And seeking a change of pace or perspective. For example, let's switch it up and take a break from work for a while.
I thought Po was the only panda left.
Oh, no. There's a whole bunch of us.
Where?
A bunch of something is a large quantity of something, a group of something, just a little of something. The phrase "a bunch of" is a common informal expression that can be used to refer to a group or quantity of things or people. It is often used in a casual or informal context, and it can have a variety of meanings, including a large number or quantity. For example, I bought a bunch of apples at the grocery store. A group of people. For example, I'm gonna hang out with a bunch of friends tonight. A collection of things. For example, I have a bunch of clothes that I never wear. And finally, to express a significant amount. For example, I have a bunch of work to do today.
But how did you know where I was? I received a message that led me here.
How could you receive a message if no one could find you?
Lad is the past tense of leave, land, lead. The conjugation of the verb to lead is led in the past tense and led again in the past participle. If something leads you somewhere, this thing guides you or takes you to a specific place. For example, the next street on your right will lead you to the restaurant you're looking for.
Does it feel like you're impenetrable? Does it feel like you could take on 1,000 warriors and emerge unscathed?
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Unscathed means unsafe, unworthy, unharmed. The word unscathed means unharmed or undamaged. It is often used to describe someone or something that has survived a dangerous or difficult experience without being injured or affected. Here are some examples of how to use the word unscathed in a sentence. The firefighter emerged from the burning building unscathed. The car was unscathed after the accident. The company's reputation remained unscathed after the scandal. Alright, time for the results. If you got between 6 and 12 questions right, your vocabulary level could be around B2, upper intermediate. If you got between 7 and 14 questions right, your vocabulary level could be around C1, advanced. And if you got between 15 and 21 questions right, your vocabulary level could be around C2, proficient. A couple of things to keep in mind though. If you got most questions correctly but still feel like you need to improve your vocabulary, this might be because these words are already part of your passive vocabulary, but not part of your active vocabulary. So work on actively using these words when you speak or write in English. Also, multiple choice questions tend to be easier to answer because you can answer correctly by elimination. Having the context in which the word is being used with the scenes also makes it easier for you to deduce the meaning of some words simply by observing the scene. And finally, remember, this is an informal test and our main purpose here is to teach you some more advanced words while having fun. This does not replace a proper proficiency exam. In order to assess your English level effectively, aside from vocabulary, you will need to be tested on other skills such as speaking, writing, listening, and grammar. Awesome! Now let me give you a little challenge. Pick 3 words from today's test and create sentences with them. Then post your sentences here under the video in the comment section. I'm really curious to see what sentences you will create and which words you will use. And who knows, I might actually choose to read your sentences in a future video. Guys, great job! You've made it until the end of the lesson or test. You rock! Don't forget to like this video, share this video with a friend who's also learning English, and subscribe to the channel if you're not a subscriber yet. And if you want to keep learning English while having a ton of fun, check out this next lesson. See you soon.
Why didn't you yell for help?
Well, I tried squeaking, but I'm still broken. No one could hear me. Besides, the dust aggravates my condition. What's the point in prolonging the inevitable?
The word aggravate has a positive connotation, negative connotation.